Hello everyone, in this presentation I'm going to talk about culture media. So what is culture media, what are the basic components of culture media, as well as what are the different types of culture media we'll discuss in this presentation. So what is culture media? Culture means growing of bacteria or virus. It is called it as the culture. We won't say that we are growing the bacteria or virus, we'll use the term culture. And media means food, which is providing for the growing bacteria or virus. So then what is the definition of culture media? So culture media means it is a food required to growing the organisms which from the infected material to identify the causative agent is called it as culture media. So what are the basic requirement you must provide for growing the bacteria? So there are four components you must provide. One is water, electrolyte, peptone and meat extract. So let's see what are the contents it has, and it will provide in the culture media. Water, it will act as a source of hydrogen and oxygen. Electrolyte provided by the sodium chloride or in other electrolyte form. And peptone is a complex mixture of partially digested proteins, and it can be obtained by the lean meat or other protein materials like heart muscles, casein or fibrin, or by digestion with the proteolytic enzymes. It mainly contains proteases, amino acids, polypeptides, phosphates, minerals like potassium and magnesium, and growth factors like nucleic acid and riboflavin. In commercially, it is available as neopeptone form, or it is in the protease peptone forms. These are the different forms of peptone. And finally, meat extract. It will be commercially available as lab lemco. It contains protein degradation product, inorganic salts, carbohydrates and some growth factors. Suppose you want to enrich the media, then you can add some other content to this basic component, that media will become enriched. So for example, if you want to add, you can add blood. If you want to add serum, you can add serum or egg, whatever you required based on the growing of culture bacteria. So next last part of the component is the agar. So sometime you need to solidify the media. In that cases you can add agar at about concentration of the 2 to 3%. It is available in the powder form. So you should not add more than 3%, you should not add less than 3%, 2 to 3% or 1% you can also use, but below that you should not go, because it will become semi solid form and then you unable to inoculate the culture samples. So you should not exceed that concentration also, because media will become more solidified, you unable to use it. So how you will get agar? Agar will be prepared from the seaweed, from the species of algae Gelidium species, and it contains mainly long chain polysaccharides and small amount of protein like materials and variety of inorganic salt. Remember this, it won't give any food to the bacterial growth. It will just solidify the media, that's all. There are the two types of agar available. One is New Zealand agar, as well as another one is a Japanese agar, but New Zealand agar is a better solidifier than Japanese agar. Next, types of media. Types of media can be classified into three types. One based on physical state, based on presence of oxygen and reducing substance in the media, and nutritional factors. Based on the physical state, there are three types of media: liquid media, semi-solid and solid media. What is liquid form media? Liquid form media is always in the liquid form. For example, peptone water, glucose broth. So liquid media is also called it as the term broth. Next, semi-solid. It's neither in the solid form nor in the liquid form. For example, mannitol motility media. This will be used for the motility of the bacteria. And solid media, it will widely used for the cultivating the bacteria. So we can detect it by the colonies present on the media. Next, presence of oxygen and reducing substance in the media. Based on that, there are two types: aerobic and anaerobic media. Aerobic media will be used for growing aerobic bacteria, and anaerobic media will be used for the anaerobic bacteria. Next, nutrition factor. Based on nutrition factor, there are four types. One is simple media, complex media, synthetic and special media. So under special media, some subtypes are there, like enriched media, enrichment media, selective media, differential media, indicator media, transport media and sugar media. Let's see one by one. First, what is simple media? Simple media which contains only the basic components, that is peptone water and 1% meat extract. This is called simple media. The best example for simple media is the nutrient broth or nutrient agar. To the broth, if you add agar, it becomes the agar. So nutrient broth and nutrient agar is the simplest media. If you want to prepare the sugar media, means for this nutrient broth you can add any sugars like glucose. It becomes glucose broth. If you want to add mannitol, it will become mannitol broth. Like this you can prepare any kind of sugar medias. So I already told, if you add agar, it becomes the nutrient agar. Let's talk. This is the picture. In the down picture, I have shown that is as the new form of the nutrient agar. Up left side I shown glucose broth, and right side it is a peptone water. Complex media, all media other than simple media, we can call it as a complex media because it will have all extra contents, then you can call it as complex media. Next, synthetic media. Synthetic media is prepared by some chemical product, and the exact composition of this media will be now, it will be used for cultivating some kind of bacteria, or in some requirement metabolic requirement, whenever required we will use over there. For example, debose media with the tween 80, which will be used for cultivating tuberculosis bacilli. Finally, we will talk about the special media by one. First one is the enriched media. Please note down the terms whatever I am discussing, because in each spelling there will be a lot of differences there. So you should not get confused with all those medias. So I am talking now about only enriched media. So what is enriched media? As I told already, when you add some kind of content to the basic media, then it will become the enriched media. Some contents in the sense like blood, serum or egg, anything like this you added and make the media enriched, then it will become the enriched media. For example is blood agar, chocolate agar, lifeless serum slope. So how you will make blood agar, will call it as enriched, or how do you make it as enriched? So when you add blood to the nutrient agar, it will become blood agar also, it becomes chocolate agar also. The difference between blood agar and chocolate agar is, you will pour the media after autoclaving of the nutrient agar at about the temperature when down to the about 45 to 50 degrees Celsius. You will add the blood cells will be intact, it will not degrade, and then give the color of red color. This is called blood agar. Next, chocolate agar. Chocolate agar, for this chocolate agar you are pouring the blood at about temperature of 70 to 75 degrees Celsius. All RBC will rise and degrade and give a color of the chocolate. So this is the difference between blood agar and chocolate agar. So what is the use of blood agar? Some bacteria which unable to grow in the simple media, it needs some kind of special food, then only it will grow. So for those kind of that is called fastidious bacteria, for those kind of bacteria you will use blood agar. For example, streptococcus, it will not grow on your nutrient agar or nutrient broth in the simplest media. So you should provide some kind of enriched food for that. So for those kind of bacteria you will use blood agar. Next, chocolate agar. So chocolate agar, what is the difference between chocolate and blood agar in the components? Usually RBC will have two factors, NAD and NADPH. These are the like growth requirement required for the hemophilus. So when you add blood at about temperature 70 to 75 degrees Celsius to the nutrient agar, this RBC will rise and it exposes the NADP as well as the NADPH contents to the media. So bacteria will use up those content to grow very well. For example, Haemophilus influenzae, this mainly required NADP and NADPH as a growth factors. So it will grow very well on the chocolate agar. Next, lifeless serum slope. Serum is required for the growing of bacteria called Corynebacterium diphtheriae, causative agent of diphtheria. So this one will use for the growing of the Corynebacterium diphtheriae. Next, enrichment media. What is enrichment media? Till now I was talking about the enriched media. Now I am going to talk about enrichment media. So you should note down the terms. each term's difference you should know properly. So what is enrichment media? Sometime you wanted to grow one particular bacteria by inhibiting the other bacterial growth. In that cases we can use enrichment media. So enrichment media is, this is the media which will enhances the growth of one particular bacteria by inhibiting the growth of other bacteria. For example, selenite F broth and alkaline peptone water. Selenite F broth, it will enhances the growth of the salmonella, and alkaline peptone water, it will enhance growth of only the vibrio cholerae. And tetrathionate broth, it will enhances the growth of typhoid paratyphoid bacilli. So these are the some examples for the enrichment media. So make sure that enrichment media always in the liquid form. So next media we'll talk about is the selective media. Selective media and enrichment media both are same. Both will be used for the growing one particular bacteria by inhibiting the growth of some unwanted bacteria. But difference between enrichment and selective media is, enrichment will be in the liquid form and selective media will be in the solid form. We should know the difference between both two. Examples for selective media are deoxycholate citrate agar, it will be used for the growing of Salmonella and Shigella, and XLD agar, this will be used for the growing of same Salmonella and Shigella, bile salt agar for the Vibrio cholerae, TCBS media for also Vibrio cholerae. These are the some examples, like LJ media for the tuberculosis bacilli. So these are all examples for the selective media. It will enhances those particular bacteria over that. Next, differential media. So there are the, when you inoculate the samples into the culture plate, there will be different types of bacteria that you have to differentiate. So when the colony morphology will be similar, color will be similar, we cannot differentiate the bacteria which are all those. So in that cases, some media will be there, it will differentiate the media, it will differentiate the bacteria by giving different color codes, by different colors. So this is called it as the differential media. For example, McConkey agar. So on McConkey agar, it has an indicator of the neutral red. Some bacteria which utilizes the lactose, and it will that is called it as lactose fermenter, and it will appear as a pink color. And some are there, it will not utilize lactose and it will be like colorless colonies. So based on that, we can differentiate the bacteria into lactose fermenter as well as non-lactose fermenting bacteria. Next, indicator media. Indicator in the sense, there will be some kind of indicator will add in the media. This will help the differentiate the bacteria by giving the different colors. So both are almost the same, differential and indicator media. The differential media also will give the different colors because of based on the presence of indicators. Now this is the another term we can use it to say to differentiate the bacteria colonies. For example, once again, McConkey agar, I already told, because it has a neutral red indicator, you can differentiate the bacteria into LF, that means lactose fermenter and non-lactose fermenting bacteria. Next one is the blood agar. So blood agar will it doesn't have any indicator, but based on the hemolysis, it will differentiate the bacteria into three types: alpha, beta and gamma. Alpha means some bacteria which will partially digest the RBC and gives the color of the greenish color. So in second picture you can see that the greenish color of that bacteria, so that is called it as alpha hemolysis. Next one is beta hemolysis. Beta means some bacteria will digest the RBC completely and you can see the complete lysis around the bacteria, that is called beta hemolysis. And thirdly, gamma hemolysis or non-hemolysis. There is no hemolysis, you can able to find out on the media. In the third picture I have shown. So these are the some examples for the indicator media. So you can see in this picture, beta hemolysis, alpha and gamma. Beta is the complete lysis of RBCs around the bacteria. Alpha hemolysis is the greenish discoloration around the bacteria, and gamma hemolysis means there is no hemolysis around the bacteria. Transport media. There are some bacteria are there, once you collected out from the human body, it will die. So that means it is a delicate bacteria that you cannot carry to the laboratory and you cannot go for the further test. In that cases you must use some kind of media for transporting those kind of bacteria. So that is called it as the transport media. For example, Stewart's transport media for gonococci. Once you collect the sample from the patient, then gonococci will die. So it will not reach to the laboratory as intact. So in that cases, we will use a transport media. We'll collect the sample directly through the transport media. Later on, it will carry to the laboratory, and there it will inoculate into the some other media for growth. So this is called transport media. Next, sugar media. So after growing the bacteria, we should identify the bacteria. That we can do it by using some sugar media. So that is sugar media, we can use it. So there are different types of sugar media will be available, that we can use it for the identification of different types of media. It will have sugar as well. It will have sugar media will have the sugars along with the indicator of Andradis reagent for the different color reactions we can find out based on the metabolism or the fermentation of the sugars, along with the Durham's tubes. Durham's tubes will be inverted in the tube to the production of gas. So if you want to identify the gas production by the bacteria, we have to invert the Durham's tubes in the inverted form. Some bacteria, it may need some kind of special sugars. In that cases you can go for the some special sugar media. For example, his serum slope, sugar slope for the pneumococci will be used up. Like that, for other bacteria you can use some other sugars also. Next, anaerobic media. Anaerobic media will grow only anaerobic bacteria because it has a reducing agent. The difference between aerobic and anaerobic media is anaerobic media will have a lot of reducing agent rather than oxygen content. So it will enhances growing of anaerobic bacteria. So what are the examples? RCM media, Robertson cooked meat media. This is the best examples for anaerobic media, as well as the thioglycolate broth. These are the two media routinely or widely used for growing anaerobic media bacteria. For special properties, you can use some kind of other medias you can use for identification of the bacteria, like urease media will use for the urease production by bacteria, and citrate utilization you can find out by the bacteria by using citrate media, and triple sugar iron media. It will contain three kind of sugars: glucose, lactose and sucrose. Based on the reactions you can identify the bacteria. So these are the different special media. We will use it for the identification of the bacteria. So hope you enjoyed my video. If there is any query or any questions, you can put it in the comment. If you like my video, you can subscribe my channel. Thank you.